to Top 5 Live. I am literally the only one here. This is your boy, Javon Stokes, creator of Heat, Strong, publisher of Visually Stoked Media. My other hosts are not here. I know Danny was having some issues with getting in. Facebook went down for a bit, so he's having issues with Messenger. So he didn't get the link, and Morgan said he's going to be late. So I'm going to try and vamp for the next 5 minutes or so. I have no idea where these dudes are. This is crazy. But welcome to Top 5 Live. Hope you guys are having a great week. Guess I'm live. We live? I think we're live. All right. Hope you're having a great week. I'm having a pretty good week so far. I'm looking forward to Awesome Con this weekend. Definitely going to be a fun con. I'm looking forward to it. I think my table is G36. Let me not. Yes, I will be at G36. So if you're gonna go to Awesome Con, and you want to get some good comics, come see me. This is weird. Like I literally don't see the chats popping up, but that's okay. But yeah, Awesome Con is gonna be great. And I've got a few other events coming up that I haven't that I can't put out there just yet. Hold on. This must be Danny. Let me see if Danny got it. Oh, Morgan just sent it to him, so hopefully he should be coming in soon. But yeah, you get to see my lovely face. Yeah, I will be. Hopefully, I'm going to be at a few cons this year. I'm going to try and do the Dragon Con. I'm going to try and do Baltimore. I don't know if I'm doing Blurred Con yet. I think I applied for it. I might not have. I applied for DreamCon. I don't know if I'll get in that one, but I will be at Fan Expo Philly and Heroes Con. I know one coming up next month is Boston Comics and Color Festival. I'm pretty sure I'll be there. Oh, we finally got a host in the building. I'm tired of vamping.
What's good, bro?
Man. How you gonna be this late, man? Come on now, this your show.
Man, I told you I was going to be 10, 15 minutes. I made it much earlier than that.
You did. I applaud your efforts. What's up, man?
What's good?
I don't see no eyes on it, which is weird.
Yeah, but it could just be that.
Let me see if it's showing up on Facebook at least.
Mine always shares to private first, and then I have to make it public. So that could be part of it, and then it should be going to Danny's and to YouTube. So
yeah, I gotta get it connected to mine. I don't know.
Yeah, you just gotta go through the little reconnect thing. Let me make sure it's on you. It should be on YouTube.
I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Hold on.
I'm looking it up now.
But we gonna talk while we working through our technical issues.
It's on YouTube too.
Okay, cool. What's good, man? What's good? Welcome to another. Made it another week.
Was good. Another episode of Top 5 Live, episode 129, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, episode 129. We are also. It's also primary voting day today. So
is it?
If y'all didn't vote, y'all got issues. You need to fix it. We also will be. I sent Danny the link. I tried to call him earlier because I had
I emailed him the link. So
yeah, I emailed him and I texted. So
I'm gonna turn this off because I ain't gonna be able to focus.
But yeah, so this week we're doing the top 5 cover songs. To qualify what that is, we just mean songs that were popularized by another artist. Songs,
not the original song.
Yeah, not the original song, but somebody that did a cover of that song. You know what I mean? And it became a legendary song pretty much.
Man, there was one that I was so shocked that it was a cover song. I did not know. It was so I made it my number one.
It's gonna be an interesting list. Then I look. I don't know. Mine. I definitely have some personal favorites in mind. So, you know what I'm saying? Like personal favorites that I don't know that like my top 3 are absolutely impactful, you know, undeniable ones. And then after that, it's like these joints are just like some of my favorites that I've ever heard. Or I mean, they did okay numbers wise, but you know, music is different now. So you don't count things by record sold anymore. God knows, I don't even remember last time we did that as much as you do like streams on YouTube or streams on Spotify and you know all of the streaming networks. So that's what our list will be. I hear little man. But for our topics in the first hour, we will also be doing. So I'm gonna play the. I'm gonna pull up this clip because it was very very interesting. Dr. Umar had. I don't know if it's considered harsh or not. I think it's honest, but we'll get into it in a second. Let me get to the joint so I can just put the link up.
You know what's funny? His comment to me, I feel like people looked at the wrong thing from the comments that I saw.
I didn't look at people. Look, one thing I've learned about the internet is to stay away from the comments.
I look. You know,
I definitely do not. I specifically do not on purpose because people be blowing it. You know what I'm saying? And they will say anything and everything just to be heard. It doesn't mean I don't put things in the comments. I put things in the comments at times. And there are times where I look in there and I like what I see. Or it's just like an actual good conversation or a good comment. God knows, like funny videos, sometimes the stuff to be in the comments, not even sometimes, most of the times, the stuff to be in the comments is funnier than whatever the video was. So there were 2 things that we want to talk about in the first hour. And of course, like always, you know what I'm saying, if y'all have something, you know what I mean, while we're talking, then y'all bring it into and then we'll discuss that. But the 2 things, one is Dr. Umar's comments, and his comments were about specifically Black kids and Black parents, and pretty much him saying, you know what I mean, why send your undisciplined kid to college? Why would you send your kid to college if you know that they don't have the discipline to complete it? He said some other things that are with it that are probably a part of the backlash if he had any, which he always does. But I'll play it and then we'll discuss it. And then the other one is Taylor Rooks and Joy Taylor have started a podcast together and they had a great conversation. I wish we had a female co-host for this one, but about whether or not women should date men. Well, they didn't say whether or not. They were discussing that they don't want to date a man that does not have female friends, and pretty much if whoever it is that they're dating, the only female relationships that they can point to are people that they had sex with and their mom, they're not interested. You know what I'm saying? Like they would like for their significant other, the person that they're with, the person that they're talking to, dating, whatever. What's good, Sean? What's good, Kev?
We don't know where Danny is, man.
And he's trying to sign in now. I don't know what's going on. I do. He because he's not at the shop now. I know he's trying to deal.
He's still trying.
He's trying to deal with some internet issues. I do know that. So, so I think he'll be in here in a little bit. But yeah,
which one you want to start with, man?
I'd say start with Umar. I already got it queued up. Let's
go. Let's do it.
Hopefully, you know what? Actually, I don't want to hear the freaking internet jokes tonight. You play it from the group.
I don't have. Where's the link? Where's the link?
It's in the group messenger.
It's in the group message.
Yeah, just right. You play it because
I don't know how to play it with sound though. That's the thing.
Oh, it's gonna play. Like once you hit it, it'll play. As long as you share the screen, it's gonna.
Where's
the sound be with it?
Oh, that's the meat mill thing. All right,
it's up above that.
All right, hold on.
I would play it. I just ain't anybody about to be complaining today. Okay,
hold on.
Shut up, Sean. And I will send the link. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Don't play the clips. Just sit.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna give it a shot. Here we go.
That's why I caught my.
You're going to send that boy right there who smoked weed all day with his pants sagging with 50 tattoos on his body to Morehouse and Spelman, $50,000 a year. Let me ask you 3 questions before you pay that tuition. Number 1, did you raise him with the discipline he needs to be successful? Because I'm sick and tired of black parents cursing their kids out when they get kicked out of college for academic failure when you know you raised a lazy ass black child. Number 1, if your child ain't got the discipline to go to college and succeed, why are you sending them? Number 2, is your child about to major in something relevant? It's not just going to college. Are you majoring in a career that actually makes sense? If you go and get you a PhD in grasshopper reproduction, what career are you going to have being an expert in grasshopper reproduction? Nothing. You got to make sure your children major in something that is relevant. But if they ain't got the discipline to finish the degree, why did you send them? Most black children don't finish college, not because they don't know the work, Yachty. They were not raised in a house where they were taught discipline. And let me give you Dr. Umar's definition of discipline. It's the ability to do what you don't want to do, but it has to be done.
Taking off your belt.
Whether you like it or not. How many of our kids have that?
What, a whooping?
No, discipline. See, here's the problem.
All right. Y'all got did y'all hear with any pixelation? Was the internet good? I just want to make sure I'm good.
I'm not answering because whatever I say is only going to go wrong.
Why should we listen to
good, Toby.
Black people? Hey, listen, man. I say this about Umar: a broken clock is right twice a day. Sometimes he says things that makes.
Sean, I hate you.
Hey, Sean, listen, man. I got 3 kids, and we always got to make sure the internet is good in my house. What's good, Danny? Danny be in a different room every show.
Danny,
that's how I know Danny rich. That's how many rooms Danny got.
Danny, did you get a chance to watch the Umar video? Because if not, we need to play it one more time so Danny can comment.
No, I didn't see the Umar video. What was that?
Come on, man.
Yeah, just play it one more time.
All right, one more time.
We're going to play it one more time so Danny can be abreast of things before he gives his synopsis. And I want to hear it again myself.
The lawyer engineer. I got 3 questions for you. You're going to send that boy right there who smoked weed all day with his pants sagging with 50 tattoos on his body to Morehouse and Spelman, $50,000 a year. Let me ask you 3 questions before you pay that tuition. Number 1, did you raise him with the discipline he needs to be successful? Because I'm sick and tired of black parents cursing their kids out when they get kicked out of college for academic failure when you know you raised a lazy ass black child. Number 1, if your child ain't got the discipline to go to college and succeed, why are you sending them? Number 2, is your child about to major in something relevant? It's not just going to college. Are you majoring in a career that actually makes sense? If you go and get you a PhD in grasshopper reproduction, what career are you going to have being an expert in grasshopper reproduction? Nothing. You got to make sure your children major in something that is relevant. But if they ain't got the discipline to finish the degree, why did you send them? Most black children don't finish college, not because they don't know the work, Yachty. They were not raised in a house where they were taught discipline. And let me give you Dr. Umar's definition of discipline. It's the ability to do what you don't want to do, but it has to be done.
Taking off your belt.
Whether you like it or not. How many of our kids have that?
What, a whooping?
No, discipline. See, here's the problem.
He said
whooping. He said what?
A whooping? What?
No, I was watching that the first time, and when he was like, "Yeah, the belt. That's what discipline is." I was just like, "This dude ain't heard a word."
Is that Little Yachty?
I don't know how he got to whooping.
That's Little Yachty, right?
It sounded like. I only know his voice because I remember when he did the freestyle, and he kept trying to go, and he's like, "Everybody, stop looking at me." Stop.
So,
he was so bad. Anyway,
so the link to it for those who didn't see it already is in the comments, and for those who are watching later, because we do have people that watch the show the day after. So the link is in the comments. You should be able to just YouTube it too. But yeah, so who wants to go first? I can let somebody else cook, or I can go. It don't make a difference to me.
I'll go.
I agree with what he said.
I agree. I agree. Damn, I try not to say this. It sounds so bad. But like I feel like when he talks about, number one, I liked his definition of discipline. Like that, I might have to steal that, and I don't generally steal anything from Umar.
From Umar.
But when he said, discipline is doing the things that you don't want to do, but that need to get done, like that's perfect. I might have to use that and tell that to my son. But like, I mean, I get it. I know some kids, it's a hard thing for me to personally deal with, because in my mind, I'm like, I've always looked at it, college, as if you don't know what you want to do in life and you ain't ready to work, then you go to college too. Like, that is a reason to go to college, to figure out and take different courses and figure out what you want to do. I'm assuming that he's talking about kids that don't want to, that don't want to work and don't want to go to college. So I don't know, man. It's a tough thing, dude. It's hard for me, man, because I think we're in a generation now that believes that they don't need to go to college. And I'm from a generation where everything was about going to college.
Sean, Danny, you want to go next?
No, go ahead.
No, you sure?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Sean just said, "What's good, Jess?" Sean just said something that I went through myself. Like, when I first got there, I definitely 1,000,000% was not in the mental space that I should have been. I should have finished college early. I got up there with BSing around. So, and it's been like fall semester, you know what I'm saying? I stumbled through that mud. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, I'm in here though. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here though. Spring.
Really?
I went to college in the year of 2002. A&T's campus in 2002 in the springtime. Let me tell you something, buddy. If you want distractions, you got them everywhere. That's everywhere. Jersey dresses were in. The Maya Best of Me video was fresh. Velours and stuff like that was popping. I remember literally pledging allegiance to a chick that walked by in a jersey dress that was like red, white, and blue. We literally pledged allegiance and stood on the old captain, my captain. It was, man, listen. So I was distracted, no question about it, right? And then once I got there and was like, I got this 8 o'clock class, but I don't actually have to go. I could sit here and play Madden all day. I could do that. And I'll be fine. I'll go to class tomorrow. I'll make it up. I'm smart enough to do it. And you just keep deferring. So I agree with the definition as well. Discipline is absolutely, in my opinion, the ability to choose to do the things that you don't want to do because they have to get done. That's the way I would say it. It doesn't matter whether you want to do it or not. You're doing it because it has to be done, and you are choosing it. You are choosing to do it because it has to get done. Because you could still choose not to do it, even though it needs to get done, and you'll just suffer the consequences. So I'm sure he caught backlash for the way that he worded it, which is normal for him, because he stereotyped kids in the way that he said it by saying, you know what I'm saying, your pants are sagging, like Jacoby said. Yeah, your pants are sagging. You got tattoos all over your body. You smoke weed all day. Those are stereotypes. I do know people that went to college and that were successful that had that background. They did all of those things. They smoked weed, they sagged their pants, and they had tattoos. Like they checked all those boxes, and they also got their diploma. You know what I'm saying? They also graduated. So I think it definitely it definitely depends on the kid. But I also agree with them that look. One thing I had to deal with when baby girl went to A&T, she going to my alma mater. I know what's there. It's 20 years later, but in my head, I'm like, yo, I talked to her as much as I could to be like, baby, listen, I want you to experience college. I want you to experience what it, you're growing, you're going to learn things and experience things in these years that will change your life in ways going forward. There are experiences that you're going to have on this campus that will change your life in ways going forward, in positive ways. I'm praying for all positive. But the point is, don't get lost like me and your mom did, because me and your mom both could have finished early. We didn't, because we was BSing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that discipline. So I want you ahead of time, because I'm warning you about these things. I'm not saying I don't expect you to be perfect. I just hope you did better than I did. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go out and party, if you're gonna go do these things, cool. Front run. Get your grade up high as crap. So if you do F up, you got space to fall before you end up flunking out of something crazy. Just don't put yourself in a situation that you can't work your way out of, and definitely don't put yourself in a situation where you don't graduate. Because if you do those things, you're gonna end up like daddy. And I promise you, you don't want to live daddy's life. You do not want to be, I got to go back to school to forward my life, forward my career. And you wake up in the morning and you go to a job that you hate and you spend 8 hours there. Then when you get off that job, you got to go directly to school, sit in there for 3 or 4 hours or maybe longer, go home, get home at 9 or 10 o'clock. You barely ate or whatever other home duties you got to do. And then you go to sleep and then you wake up and do the same garbage routine again. You don't want to live that life. When you could just live your best life now, have a career when you leave, and be set up ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with them. I think some of the wording, as usual, Umar, could have been different because it came off as stereotypical in the way that
is it stereotypical? Like,
it definitely is stereotypical.
Hold on. Are we gonna really act like there ain't kids that smoke weed every day? Because I know
there are kids that smoke weed every day that are adept at what they're doing. They're great at their job.
Very true. But he also it wasn't just like he said, oh, the kids that smoke weed every day. He said kids smoke weed every day, lazy. Like he's talking about a specific type of individual. Like that's who he's talking about, though.
Yeah, but the three things that he used to qualify those individuals are not true across the board. I understand,
but it's not about being true across the board. He's speaking about a specific type of individual.
Yeah,
like he's not saying all the kids across. He's talking about a specific type of kid. Go ahead, Daniel.
No, I think what you said is right. I think he's saying if you have this type, if this is you, don't go to school expecting. He's not saying don't go to school. I'm saying if you're this kind of person, you're not going to do well in school. My thing is, number one, yes, I agree, because me and Tiana told Kendra and Stephanie the same thing. If you don't know what you want to go to school for, you don't have to go to school, because schools are expensive now. The way that it's not like it was when we went to school. Like you can get a loan and it don't change your life. Anything that you get a loan for to go to school right now, you paying for it forever. Got scholarship.
Who got that dial-up modem today?
Number one. See, that's why I'm down. See, I'm down here in the basement, and it's not the best. It's not the best. I ain't gonna lie. But that's number one. School is expensive, and then number two, school is very important, because the jobs that people are looking for now and for the future all require degrees, like information technology, engineering jobs, all the stuff that you need that people are going to be looking for. All the infrastructure jobs are going to be stuff that you need degrees for. So if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, financial manager, like information security analyst, all of that stuff, you need a degree. So yes,
I mean, I'm with you, and I agree. Like, I'm not gonna put too much out there, but like my daughters, when they graduated, they weren't sure what they wanted to do, and they didn't want to go to college. So my wife was like, okay, cool, and then figure out what you want to do, and we'll take it from there. And she's helping them try to like find who they are and what they want to do with their life. And we didn't really agree on that. Like again, like I feel like when my son gets older, I'm like, you got three options. Your option is school, work, or military. And I don't want you going to the military. So, you really only got like two options. Hold on. Jacoby says that he's being general with his comments. The Jacoby, we would listen to it twice. He said, if your kid is this, this, and this, don't send them to college. That's not general. He didn't say all kids are this. That's being general. He's talking about a specific type of kid.
Well, the way that he said it, I think the part that Jacoby is talking about is he defined before he went into characteristics that he was talking about undisciplined. He said, why are you going to send your kid to college when you know
they're not disciplined enough
to have the discipline to finish? Right. But then after he said that, he characterized them being undisciplined with those three things.
Hold on. Let's listen again. Because I want to make sure that we're all hearing the same thing. Because we all can hear different things.
That ain't never stopped us from disagreeing before. So
all right, hold on. Damn it. Started.
Engineer, I got 3 questions for you. You're going to send.
All right, ready?
Say my child going to go to college to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer. I got 3 questions for you. You're going to send that boy right there who smoked weed all day with his pants sagging with 50 tattoos on his body to Morehouse and Spelman, $50,000 a year. Let me ask you 3 questions before you pay that tuition. Number 1. Did you raise him with the discipline he needs to be successful? Because I'm sick and tired of black parents cursing their kids out when they get kicked out of college for academic failure when you know you raised a lazy ass black child. Number 1, if your child ain't got the discipline to go to college and succeed, why are you sending them? Number 2, is your child about to major in something relevant? It's not just going to college. Are you majoring in a career that actually makes sense? If you go and get you a PhD in grasshopper reproduction, what career are you going to have being an expert in grasshopper reproduction? Nothing. You got to make sure your children major in something that is relevant. But if they ain't got the discipline to finish the degree, why did you send them? Most black children don't finish college, not because they don't know the work, Yachty. They were not raised in a house where they were taught discipline. And let me give you Dr. Umar's definition of discipline. It's the ability to do what you don't want to do, but it has to be done.
Taking off your belt.
Whether you like it or not. How many of our kids have that?
he said,
What, a whooping?
No, discipline. See, here's the problem I got with the parent who say,
when he said most black kids don't graduate college because they don't have discipline, that I disagree with. I don't think discipline is I think a lot of people, King Just in the building.
What's good, man?
I
don't think he meant, I think he worded it wrong. I think he meant to say the black kids who don't graduate college, most of them. I think he just said it wrong. But we got to go off what he said. We got to go off what he said.
He made general.
But that wasn't a general. But that's not a general statement, though.
It was a
general.
I don't know. It sounds.
Oh, hold on. Can I say one thing before? And I'm gonna let Jacoby. Kids have to have a passion for what they major in, but that's not. You don't always. When you can have a passion for something, but what you have a passion in might not be what you can live off. Mm-hmm. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, I can have a passion for comic book history.
Hey, you better figure it out, because I ain't.
But that ain't exactly going to pay all the bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they have
unless you find a way that it can.
You can. But if we're all realistic, there's some majors that aren't exactly the most fiscally fruitive one.
I got a degree in graphic design, sir.
Sir, my degree is in 3D animation.
Right. So, like, my wife has a degree in emergency management. Does she use it? No. She also has a degree in cosmetology. So it's not like she got the emergency management degree because, hey, this is something that I can use in the industry. But
then
she wanted
why should we have teachers?
She wants to do hair, you know what I'm saying? And that's she got an entrepreneurial mindset and the passion to go with that, and she done made it for herself. But
all right, quick rundown. Give me the footnotes. What are y'all talking about?
Umar
Man, we
basically said,
just played
like
this. How you gonna ask for coach to put you in?
He
And
messing
you
with
ain't
you,
paying
bro. He got
attention
to
to what
be.
we're doing.
He got to be. He was
If
watching
this was
while we
football, I
was
would
doing
have took you right off the field, man. I would have put you back on the bench.
What's the play? What we doing?
Put you in the locker
it.
room.
Go back to the bench. Go back to the bench. Go sit down.
Put you on the bench.
Don't give me the button, man. Come on.
evangelical Bishop Archbishop Umar said that
Archbishop.
black kids go to college and can't finish because the parents didn't raise them with discipline. And
That's not what he said. He said
what he
if
said.
your child is an undisciplined child and you know they are not disciplined enough to go to and finish college, why are you sending them to college?
Mm.
And then he made the point about when you do get to college, you should do a major that will actually like allow for some level of success.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you don't send them to college, send
I
them to
understand the question, and I totally agree with the statement.
What is Jacoby talking about? It must be fiscally
Basically, your
responsible. Teachers
argument
work
must be-
2 or 3 jobs.
However, I will say, this is just all my opinion. I'm coming from a different perspective because I dropped out of high school. I went and got a GED, so I'm not college educated or whatever. But
Got your GED? It's okay.
Huh? No, I'm just saying.
Got your GED?
it don't even matter.
You know, I'm just saying I really can't talk about college because I didn't go. You know what I'm saying?
Barely went.
He said, barely.
Barely.
I
I
get
miss that
understanding
so
now
much.
of
Legally blind.
today of why people are saying
B.O.B.
people are saying that college isn't worth it. And as I'm raising kids, I got a 16-year-old. I am talking to him about life after high school and what is that going to include. If he's going to continue to further his education, what does he want to do? That way we narrow the path towards his education and get in line towards a career path, that this education is required or this degree is required. I've also been talking to him about just focusing on trade school or just something where it's like, okay, you don't necessarily need a degree, but you need to have this knowledge, skills, abilities in this particular trade or craft, and you can start going in that direction. It just depends on what he wants to do. And I'm allowing him the space to figure that out. Not everyone knows if they want to go to college or not, or going to the military or do whatever after once they turn 18 and they're out of school. People need time. Shoot, I'm 40 and I'm still figuring my life out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 44 in April. You know what I'm saying? Still figuring parts of life out. So it's always going to be that journey and that process, you know what I'm saying, along with that too. However, I do believe that we should have better stepping stones in place to set our children and further, future generations up so that way there is a blueprint.
I mean, I agree. I think the newer generation, the current generation gets a level of grace in, because you talked about not everybody knows that they go to college. Like, again, I'm coming from a generation where there wasn't really a question. Like I said, you really only had, again, 3 options. You either work, college, or you go to the military. And you had to make that choice by the time you hit 18, by the time you walk across that stage,
right?
Like, that's the choice you had to make. But, I think, we live in a time, where a lot of people, they just don't see the value in going to college. My only issue is, if you're not going to go to college, that's fine. But you got 4 years to figure it out. Your high school years, you got 4 years to figure out, okay, I want to go to college. Okay, cool. If you tell me you want to go to college, then this is what we got to do to go here. I don't want to go to college. Okay, you got 4 years. That means you need to be out there working during your high school years. Even if it's a part-time job, whatever, Like you need to be building up your resume so that when you hit 18, you ain't starting from scratch. You need to be in the workforce and going where you need to be, military, whatever. And it's a, like I said, it's a foreign concept to me.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I'm understanding that, but at the same time, I'm also in the aspect of
what is he talking?
They have to have that preparation, for it, because just going into the workforce with, let's just say, minimum education at point, we'll just say high school is minimum education. So with minimum education and not really any job skills, you're not really going to find something of quality unless you start after 18. So going into that, or after high school, you're taking some kind of trade, getting some kind of skill or experience. So even if it's not the traditional form of college, there's still some learning that needs to go on after, in order to be in the job force and do something that's going to have something like productive. Otherwise, you're going to stay in those entry level positions most times. Like I'm probably one of the few that have had it out where I've gone past an upper echelon of my career in law enforcement, but that was just because I was busting my butt while I was in there, and I was, what I'm saying, I had to stay in that, but I didn't want to stay in law enforcement, but it was all I knew too at one point. So there's that conundrum there too. So yeah, you can have someone that gets the job, but then they may not really want to do that, but this is all they know. So they still got to make money.
So I agree with everything you said, Jess. I wanna address Jatovi's comment. Oh snap!
Mhm.
Oh snap! Y'all know who that is? Never mind.
Hey, Nicole,
Hey.
you want the link?
Well,
Nicole, I'm gonna send you.
just send it the link anyway.
Send the link. No. We'll find it. We'll find it on Facebook.
That's what y'all doing?
Yeah. That's what we're doing.
We
That's what
on.
we doing.
We gonna have
Anyway,
ours.
I'm gonna find it. Don't worry. There she is. I found it. Just that quick.
Jatovi is Jatovi. He's saying he's explaining what he was talking about when he says what defines relevant. So I understand what he's saying in that regard, because again, the issue with what Umar said is not the substance, it's the delivery, like the way that he said it, because it sounds judgmental in that way, especially if you say go to college, you get a relevant job. If they love that job, if they love that whatever they're doing, it is relevant to them. Mm-hmm. Is it going to make them the amount of money that they would like? No, they'll have to figure some other things out, but they're doing what they love. You can come on now.
You got the link. Come on. I sent you
the link. Hey, check your other inbox. You know what I'm saying?
You want me to test it to you? You want test me and tell me if you want me to test it to you.
Nah.
So here's the thing about the relevant thing.
Because the next topic, I do want a woman's perspective.
So just send it to her.
I sent her the link, but she don't know who I am. I will say the relevant thing, and when I say relevant, I mean like learning something that will keep the lights on in your house. She said she doing her hair. Oh, that's a no. That's a no. That's a no. She gonna have a picture up.
Look at that.
But I'm saying like learning, like having a maid, like even like my like Danny was saying, his degree is graphic design. I know plenty of graphic designers that are making good money out there, and they're living a good life. I know plenty of people in my field doing animation that are making enough money to do what they got to do to get through life. If you're whatever it is you even if it's your passion, it should be something that you can find a way to make money on, because we can't front and act like every major is something that you can like make money on and actually like sustain. So Jatovi's point about we nobody should be a teacher. You can make money as a teacher. Now, should teachers make more money? Absolutely, but you can still make more. You can still make money as a teacher. You can still sustain your life as a teacher. So I don't know where he's going with this.
Yeah. I mean,
That to me
and I think it's things like I remember just sitting with my, I'll call her like she's like my sister, young cousin, she's like my sister, and she was talking to me about wanting to go back to school.
There are a lot of people in a lot of jobs that can't keep the lights on, Jacoby. You know what we're talking about. Stop.
But you know, trying to find a career for her, she was thinking about going back to school. So I was like, all right, let me ask you this: what do you like to do, just in general? You know what I'm saying? Let's just talk about all list of the things that you like to do. You know what I'm saying? Write a list of all the things that you're good at, and let's try to coincide some of those things. So I remember her saying just stuff about she likes to be alone, she likes to work by herself. Just things that she's interested in was like, you know, comics, horror movies, just a whole bunch of things. And we actually narrowed it down, and she went and got a degree in mortuary affairs. And now she works at Duke. And she's just actually fine.
Right.
Because she like, I ain't got to talk to the people I'm servicing. You know what I'm saying? She have a headphones.
But
hey, however you get there.
You know
but that's what I'm saying. To me, that gives credence to me. What matters more is the plan that leads to it. Because if you again,
that conversation.
Let's stick.
What you say, Danny?
Having that conversation is important. Whoever you need to talk to get to what do I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That part is the most important. That will give you. And once you have a plan, that'll give you the discipline to go see it through.
But I think what Umar was saying, he's talking about the kids that aren't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Like, I think that's the difference. I think that's what we're missing. He's talking about the kids that are not making the effort.
But
he did say
but he's talking about the parents more so than he is the kids. His specific statement was why are you sending your undisciplined kid? Why would you send your undisciplined
that will
kid?
like basically push their kids to go to school regardless whether they want to go or not, though.
Because
that's who he's talking to.
I know. I mean, I agree. I'm agreeing.
It's that thing saying, go get a degree, go get a job. So, you know, with that, when I guess that's part of maybe I didn't see the video, so I'm just off the top. When you have that,
Jacoby, I think
also the undisciplined.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jacoby. I don't even know, dude. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you.
Keep going, Jess. I'm gonna answer you in a minute.
Jacoby. We can't. We'll have that, and so there may be this lack of guidance because now they're like, okay, because it's also once you turn 18, you gotta get out, and I'm just talking about our culture for the most point.
Yeah,
you know, once you get 18, you gotta get out, you have to get something. There really hasn't been any preparation on their part. There hasn't been any contribution to preparation from not only the adults but the family. You know what I'm saying? As a whole. So a lot of times people are going unguided and undisciplined to whatever because they may end up okay. I'm gonna just go to college, but now they're going to college and studying. Getting into a major that they have absolutely really no interest in, they just know they're supposed to go to school, or they end up.
Yeah,
hey, what's crazy is when I remember when I was 18, I was ready to go. Like the whole being pushed out thing is weird to me because I was counting down like I was like, man, it's ready, man. I was like, my car was packed. My mom was like, "You ready to go?" I was like, "Yep, let's do it." I'm out. Peace. So. For me to look at an 18-year-old that's like I ain't ready to leave is weird to me. That's just weird.
I got you, but at the same time, I can't say that I'm necessarily in that space where I'm like I'm not telling my son, "Hey, when you turn 18, you gotta."
No. I know. I'm just saying.
But I am saying I haven't pushed that narrative for even him to even want that. But it's like okay. You still gotta have life after this, so we got to start, coming up with your plan. What is it that you want to do? You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if
he said, "Hey, I want to live on my own," okay, let's get you set up so that you live on your own. I'm doing it already, but at the same time, it's like, okay, let's have these discussions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna need a good job because you got to pay for these. You know what I'm saying? These things or whatever. And we're transparent in our home. it's not like I'm saying it to them every month, but kids see how much we pay for groceries because they go grocery shopping with us, or they're going to look at the receipt, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. They know how much, certain bills and utilities cost, just so they can understand, this is what's going on. Hey, you know how much it costs to live in this house in this neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? These things cost money.
I had that conversation. I had that conversation with my daughter.
I was showing my son, like, okay, even for a 1-bedroom apartment here in Durham or just in this area, you know what I'm saying? 1-bedroom cost this. And you gotta have renter's insurance, or you're supposed to have renter's insurance. And this, and you got the utilities, all this. So you gotta be making X amount of dollars. This is all after tax. You know what I'm saying? What else are you gonna need? You're gonna need a job, so you know how you gonna get to work. You catching a bus, you riding a bicycle, or you gonna get a car. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? So all of these things.
Yeah, it's important, man. We are with the kids at Kendra's 18, so she's about to take that step. And we had her
big boot. He rated.
I'm right with Just. I'm like, you ain't got to leave right now. We're trying to make sure that you're right. We're trying to make, and it's helpful to have her around. I ain't gonna lie. So I had an appointment this morning, so she was with the younger kids at the dentist. And when that bill came, when it was time to pay the bill, she was like, why does it cost so much to get your teeth done? I was like, that's something you never had to think about, before, but that's something that you got to think about.
Right. You gotta have insurance and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I show my daughter how much it was a studio apartment in Connecticut cost. She looked at me like for this, and I was like, yeah. She's like, ain't no bedroom. I'm like, nope.
Right. And then here's the flip side. Like, we talk about all the money factor, but then we a lot of times we forget to talk about, okay, now if you have bad credit and you're trying to get this apartment, they may ask for more money down, you know what I'm saying, a certain amount of deposit. Even trying to get the electricity turned on, they may say, oh, you need an extra $250 or you need $500 or da. So the importance of, being financially responsible even beforehand, with the credit, which is, and I implore, if y'all can, once y'all kids come of age, if you already have a credit card, put them on as an authorized user. They ain't got to know that they're an authorized user, but put them on so that way you start establishing credit history. You know what I'm saying? So when that kid turns 18, 19, 20, and now they want to get a car or go get an apartment.
Or be careful on that. If you ain't fiscally responsible.
Right, but I'm saying, like, also have them set up. That's why.
He turned 18 and got jacked up credit. Like,
no,
I didn't even do that.
I didn't say they had to use my credit card. I said when it's time for them to start doing something. Now it comes point. Now they have this, this credit history and credit score. So their down payment for a car is not going to be $3,000. Now it may only be $0 down. So you've already helped them. Now what they do on these payments, because I ain't co-signing for the car, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I've set you up to get said thing, but once you got to do whatever you got to do to keep it.
My first car was a bucket, so there was no
or
payments.
Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
I dropped $2,000 on it. It was a Plymouth Acclaim. That joke was it was a box.
Hey, I had a bunch of squatters. You know what I'm saying, before I got my first car. But I'm just saying, like, at parents, family, like, these are things that not only just talking about college, but the stuff that we should be doing to get them set up. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
Or whatever. No. Some people got to put money down because they that messed up.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? Some people have to. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to put the money down so they can have their payments lower.
Say what?
Y'all get into the second video before we do the list, or you want to wait?
Yeah, we could do that if you want. I mean, I ain't gonna front. I don't think this list is gonna be that like divisive. So, all right, let me hold on.
It may not be. I don't know. All right, so the second, second topic was Taylor Rooks and Taylor have a new
Is it a long
and
clip? I don't remember.
It's not long. It's probably
Okay.
30, 45 seconds.
All right, here we go.
But yeah, I it'll define itself.
I don't want to date a man.
Hold on. Here we go. God,
Bingo. I don't want to date a man who only gets input from other men and who has all women in two categories: your mother or your aunties or someone I want to sleep with. You have to have a broader spectrum on women and their value in your life if you're going to be with me.
Totally. Well, first off, only getting information and opinions from other men sounds terrifying.
Terrifying.
So I encourage that to not be what anybody does ever, but you're totally right, because the more we keep talking about, can you have friends of the opposite sex, the more I start feeling like everybody is like primal animals in a zoo. You literally cannot physically be around someone of the opposite sex without just like your clothes coming off. Like I don't do it. I don't, and I would never have any relationship that I'm ever in. Like, I'm not going to tell my partner, you can't be around women, because if I feel like I have to tell you that, what does that say about what I think you're like when I'm not with you? That I can't trust you to be around women, that like platonically. I would say that says more about my choices and who I'm with. Because I'm never going to feel like I have to control you or I have to monitor the friendships that you are in.
I don't want to date a man that doesn't have any female friendships.
Bingo.
That's it.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
So obviously Nicole would have been wifey would have been good to have on for this.
I don't know about y'all, but something about that show makes me want to watch it every time it comes on. I don't know.
Y'all want me to call Tiana?
Don't be.
We already know,
man. Sis,
we already know what Tiana gonna say.
We already know. So we already know. We already know.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
Ain't no point bringing barely be friends.
Nicole said she 1000% agree.
She said Tiana barely let us be friends. Like
that's a fact. That's a fact. If I was not deemed her brother, I'm not sure we'd be in business together right now.
No, we already know Tiana's opinion on it.
I was about to say,
yeah, we know exactly what T gonna say.
You ain't got to.
I got no input. I got no input on that.
We know 1,000,000%.
Denny, you don't have no. Stop.
It better not be no.
Denny, you don't have
you
one platonic female friend.
No.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about that. Stop it.
I'm sure I got.
You
one
have
somewhere.
a friend. You have a friend that you can.
No, you don't.
Hold on. Stop.
I
Stop.
have female friends, but they're all my wife's. They're all my wife's friends.
They're not your friends.
I don't have.
That's not your friends then. That's not your friends. If they're your friends because they're your wife's friends, they're your wife's friends.
That's what's gonna get.
They're not your friends.
Nah, there's some of my wife's friends that I can't stand.
No, Danny, they're not your friends.
Danny, no.
Danny, stop.
No,
Danny,
that's good as it's gonna get over here.
Danny, that's not your friend.
That's what I said.
That's not.
Wait, Danny, we get it.
All right, Danny. Here's the thing.
We know y'all stance, and that's fine.
Hold on, Danny. Can you take one of these? Can you take one of these friends that you just mentioned and go have lunch with them?
For what? For why?
That's not what I asked you. I asked you if you could do it.
Absolutely not.
For what?
That's the point. He's trying to say that's his friend.
No, do not, Sean. Do not.
I don't go to lunch with. I don't go to lunch with y'all.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He can't.
Exactly.
Why? For what reason?
Exactly.
I feel privileged because we actually did go to dinner while I was at Heroes Con, so I'm actually feel privileged.
It's a pointless conversation, bro. It's a pointless conversation.
There's sugar.
Him and his situation.
I will say. I will say. Number one, wife.
Go ahead.
Number
I'll wait.
One wife who says she 1000% agrees. She said she 1000% agrees. I will also say
the wifey, man. I'm just saying. Like, I hope y'all say you saying that publicly.
Anyway,
He been saying it. He's saying that from the
I
get go.
started out doing
I'm
that.
just saying.
Exactly. I
But
started
when
out
we,
there.
no, when we
Anyway.
question you about it, you backtrack.
There was a reason. Don't look.
He-
Shut up. Okay.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk
I'm
about
trying to
that
get him in
later.
trouble.
Yeah,
I'm trying
man.
to get him in trouble. My bad.
Wait, hold on.
When you say
That's specifically you. That's specifically
hey,
you.
so,
All right.
hey, don't make me put you,
I will
put you in
say-
the back. All right, don't make me put you in the back.
I can put myself right back in the front. What are you talking about?
You said
Anyway,
when you say your wife's friend, you're literally saying there. Danny's voice changed back.
yes. Yeah. I don't know why he even tried. I don't know why he even tried. That was ridiculous. The example would be me.
Y'all
and
might as well
Tamara.
put me in the back list. Y'all got
Danny's like, put me in the blue
example-
room, man.
to work on this design.
The
while y'all
example would be me and Tam. My best friend Tam. We've been friends for at least 15 some years. You know what I'm saying? And I have other female friends that like my Avis, Tasha. I got a lot of female friends that are not romantic friends.
Mm-hmm.
The rub on this conversation is always number one, if the woman is telling the truth. That's number one. Because this can go both ways. Men do this too. Because God knows if a dude, if you love this chick, but she got a male friend that's close, always been close. Oh, you checking that? You are gonna figure out like whether or not this dude just waiting in the wings for that moment, or if it's legit. Like, nah,
Not me.
we ain't on that. Males
me.
and females.
I mean, just you like
You know what I mean?
6'8".
What's my size?
40 pounds. You ain't got to worry about it.
I ain't got nothing to do with it. It's
He'd be like, where's the
No, it's
over there.
not.
You need,
It's
you
not
need
even
some water.
off the spectrum.
It's at the fridge. Go ahead.
no,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I appreciate
He'd
that.
be like,
But it's
let me-
not off of stature.
let me
with
get this call.
It's really off of I know me. I know me and everything I quote unquote, I guess, offer, bring to the table. But it's also I know who I'm selecting. So I'm comfortable within my own space and who this person is, because if this person has been there for years and I'm being invited in by this woman, obviously that person ain't in there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't allowed in the club. You just gotta wait in line. You in the Bermuda Triangle.
I get what you're
You
saying.
know what I'm saying? So,
but the guys. So a lot of people who say like the guys that like the male friends that she has, if your woman or your wife or your whatever terminology you want to use goes to them for advice, if their advice isn't in benefit of your relationship, you know, like that's what Morgan's talking about. He's talking about dudes that are waiting in the wings. Dudes that are waiting in the wings ain't going to give productive,
right.
you know, advice to the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna keep
You ain't
it
always gotta
band.
give advice
I'ma keep
productive to the relationship.
the
Because the
band.
relationship
But
ain't
that's
working.
not-
You want that friend that's gonna be honest and be like,
Yeah, but you don't want. That's what I'm saying.
now
like,
if it's every person
Here's-
every time, or every person that this, you know, you go to this person and it's every woman, you know what I'm saying? No, she ain't the one type thing, or he ain't the one, then that's something else. You know what I'm saying?
but that's what I'm saying. That's why Morgan, like, I got to make sure.
Mhm.
Like, I got and you. I think if you pay close enough attention, you can kind of see who is like a real friend
Mhm.
and who is
Right,
just
you already
wait.
know.
What's good, Ken?
But at the same time, that's where I'm like, okay, if you just been in here trying to wait in the wind, you're gonna have
Yeah,
to wait
no.
longer. Cause I'm here.
No, I got you.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
got you.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying.
I will say,
Listen,
I
I got
will say
female
this
friends.
too.
I've had female friends my whole
Thank you,
life.
Nicole.
So
Yes, exactly. If you wanted to be with them, you be with them.
I will say this too, though. Women's intuition on those things is almost always better than men's. But this thing goes both ways as far as one side checking on the other one, and you know what I'm saying, like I said, bro, it really depends on the person, because people say that they'll say I'm cool with it, I got no problems with it, whatever. They'll say that, but they're saying that because they know that's what they have to do to get past that barrier that's there in that relationship or whatever. And on the low end, just the same as it is like when you get married, things are cool and kosher and everything, and you working with them, and then when that ring goes, boy, you know what I'm saying? Things switch up, and they can switch up quick, and then now both of y'all scrambling like, no, this is how it's always been, and you like, no, it ain't, bro. Change. What the freak is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all could have had no sexual issues at all before you got married. Now you do. That is a part of marriage. But again, another thing that helps you.
But do you blame the friend, or do you blame your partner, your spouse? At that point, it's not. But I'm saying, but do you blame the friend, or do you blame the partner or spouse?
Both.
No, you can't blame the friend because the friend's always been there.
You mean if something happens?
It's the partner.
Well, I mean, you gonna have some accountability because
right?
You knew
that and that partner, your partner still has accountability too. Like you should be like, all right, you ain't had this problem before. What's going on? Or respectfully, you can't say that. I'm not gonna let you say this about him. Or even so, I'm not gonna talk to you about this because you're responding in such a way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, for me personally, I'll say this: like, I personally have my own set of rules when it comes to my female friends. Like, there's certain things that I just don't do. Like, I'm not going to be in like anywhere alone with them. Not that I want anything to happen. It's just out of respect. Like, I mean, when I say alone, I mean like I don't go to another woman's house or apartment by myself.
You don't trust her? You don't trust yourself?
Neither. I just don't want any question to be had. You know what I'm saying?
I don't trust
like
no
question.
So hold on.
But like if we can have lunch, like we could go, meet up at Starbucks, have some lunch. Like it's just like rules of respect. Like I don't talk like after a certain time at night. To be honest, I don't really call anybody after a certain time at night. But in general, like there's certain things I would do. If I was gonna go have lunch with them, I'd be like, I'd talk to my wife and be like, hey, listen, such and such. Maybe one of my good friends who I've been friends with since high school lives in Florida. If she were to come into town and be like, hey, you want to get some lunch? I'm gonna let my wife know, hey, do you mind if I go lunch? Yeah, sure. And and vice versa. My wife would do the same, just on the offhand chance somebody who knows me here and be like, hey, I saw your husband sitting at a table with a woman, and if I didn't explain that to my wife ahead of time, then it's like you don't want the seed of doubt to be anywhere.
Right. So there's communication. No one's saying,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna go to somebody's house alone because again, somebody see me going to an apartment by myself, and it's like, why is he going there by himself? Yeah, there's communication, but there's also personal rules of respect that I have to prevent anything from being, a thing. But I also subscribe to the fact that like I can't be friends with you if I speak to you about my relationship, you aren't speaking, or my marriage, and you're not speaking in a way that is, look, man, you need to figure it out. Like y'all get through it. You'll be fine. If I'm speaking to you about my marriage and you're like, hey man, you need to trash that, you need to let that go, then I'm going to be kind of concerned about your intentions.
But what if their intentions is to give you that honest feedback?
Yeah, but again,
now if it's something like,
number one, you never want to be the person to tell
cleaning the house and she like, oh, you can leave her. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what I'm saying. Like, you never want to be the person to tell somebody to get a divorce. That's just my own personal thing. Like, I never want to do that because if they work it out, then I'm the Negro that told them they should get a divorce. That's
just your suggestion and your opinion.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather not.
Hey, I feel you. I mean, if y'all decide to choose out, shoot, that's y'all thing. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't have deep friendships with women I've been intimate with.
And I'm just saying that in general. If I got a guy friend that comes to me and he's telling me some stuff and it's I'm just saying at the point where I see that it's a whole lot of red flags, I'm gonna say the same thing. Because you're my friend. I have no romantic.
But that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do that to a woman. I wouldn't give that advice to a woman.
To me, it wouldn't matter. You're my friend. We're friends.
Yeah.
That's just you're not wrong.
I'm always shoot straight.
If I need to know, I need to know.
I'm always shoot straight. You're relying on my friendship. You're relying on my friendship. So I'm always shoot straight. You know what I'm saying? Like if
I appreciate Danny's self-control. Danny ain't said nothing.
Because Danny can't talk. Danny don't have friends. He barely like y'all.
Yeah, Danny, we're gonna get you a friend.
We don't need
we're gonna get you a friend. When I come down to Heroes Con, we're gonna get you a friend. Somebody who is
man, do not say that.
You got
what are you doing? No.
Stop saying that, dude.
Dylan.
Hey, bro, did y'all hear Dylan, yo? Did y'all hear Dylan say that Dave Chappelle ruined his career, man? That dude is deluded.
Oh, wow. I heard that. I heard him say that.
That dude is deluded.
Oh wow.
He's lost it.
I didn't.
I said,
you didn't hear that
video? I sent y'all the video.
So you know what? You know what though?
Dave Chappelle didn't.
You know what though? I would love to circle. If
so what?
Wifey is coming on here next week for real. If she is coming on here next week, I definitely would love to circle back to get just to get her side of it. She's telling us now, but I'm saying like it'd be more of a conversation from a female's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe might need to get two. I would I would say Tiana should be a part of it. But
respect that person's point of view, and they telling me you may have the person that's going to tell me I'm wrong. So that's going to be checking me. So I'm like, okay, I need to do better. I need to do different. You know what I'm saying? It may not always be.
Wait, you know what? You know what? You know what? Let me not do my sister like that, man. Danny, go get sis, bro. I don't want to.
Oh my gosh!
I don't want to do my sis like that, bro. I don't want to do my sis like that, bro. Go get her so she can answer, bro.
Go get her, Danny. We'll talk about that.
Sitting in the room. She's just been waiting to say something. Go ahead, Tiana.
Yeah, go get my sister, bro.
Come on.
Go get my sister, bro. Just I'm not gonna do my sis like going to say, but I know she have the autonomy to say it herself. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I can understand. Like I can understand if
I want to come down. Give me a second.
I can understand how like there's certain women. Like I know from like my wife's experience. Like I grew up with a circle of friends. Like that was male and female. Like we all known each other for almost 3 decades now. Like we've known each other for a long time. And I remember she mentioned like, we were hanging out and like one of my friends had her legs on the lap of my other friend. This female had her legs on the lap of a male. And she was like, are they, she was like, I thought they were together, but then they weren't. And like, I was just like, no, they ain't even close to being together. Like we friends, like there's nothing sexual here. Like we just friends. So like, I can understand how like, but it's just, like just said, it's just communication. It's just like talking.
I mean, you definitely have to sit down.
And you gotta keep an eye
her
out.
leg on me, like, yo, you chill.
No, it wasn't on me.
No, I'm just saying, like, even if it was the other person, like, I'm just saying, nah, that's a boundary I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? That's just
yeah. I wouldn't do that.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But yeah.
All right, where's she at, Danny?
No, she already comfortable. Okay, she ain't. Y'all want me to tell you what she was gonna say?
I know exactly what she was gonna say.
Let's circle back. Right. Yeah, I was gonna say. I already know.
Hey, a dude, and from what I've heard from Tiana, a dude with a bunch of female friends is trying to some things he shouldn't be doing, especially if you're trying to be married. Now, if you're just dating, that's different. You can have your friends, whatever. But if you're married and you got a bunch of other women's perspectives, in my experience, and then women are worse than dudes when it comes to like sneak dissing and like, you know, putting on a front, you know, at one point and then saying other things behind your back. Like, they are worse than dudes when it comes to that. So 9 times out of 10, and this might be changing with the new generation.
9 times out of 10.
This might be changing with the new generation. 9 times out of 10, the representative that you have as a friend. If I have a woman who's my friend, she's not going to be the same with my wife, because I might be saying things to her that I'm not saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason. It's just too.
Okay.
It's too much. Like, it's unnecessary. It's just inviting unnecessary.
I understand her perspective, but I'm gonna just say this because this is my own personal perspective. So I grew up in a house. Like my male to female ratio was like 4 to 5 to 1 female. So between my sister and then all my cousins and then my grandmother's house, my great aunt, she lived right next to my grandma. She had all daughters, and they had all daughters. So, and then uncle around the corner had all daughters. So I'm around a bunch of women. So so now I'm just comfortable being around women because I was the only male cousin around 8, 9 women. So now I won't say I gravitate for it. It's just I'm cool to be around. I'm going to listen. I'm going to chill. I know how to laugh. So I have more female friends, even outside of family.
Yeah,
I was the same way. I had like 6, 7 aunts,
and once again,
and they got, you know what I'm saying?
It's been all these years, and they've seen me through me going through my whole phase and being on some dog shit or being in my hurt phase and healing and recovering and being single, and they have never tried, and they had every single opportunity. I'm not worried about them trying.
Yep. That's the same. It's the same. Me and Just right there. That's the same thing. I have friends that I have been single around. They don't want me.
Right.
They ain't never wanted me. They ain't never tried to want me. Like, and I ain't wanted them. And you know, sometimes like with these friendships, you know too much about them. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like your sister. Like, you know so much about them. You don't really look at them that way. Oh, the guest. So I'm saying, like, you don't even really look at them that way. Like, I'm telling one of my really good friends, she was on my podcast, Corinda. I couldn't look at her like that if I tried, dude. She is like my sister.
I feel like
there's been nothing. And like, if I were to be in a relationship with somebody at the beginning of the relationship, you telling me that I can't be friends with her,
I feel like
I probably would have been like,
all right, well,
all right, this ain't gonna work. Because I known her for like 25,
these
30
people
years.
That, and these are, people that you have had solid, like, even in my neighborhood, people that I've grown up with, like, these are childhood friends. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to, all through high school and all these other opportunities, like I said, and nothing has ever happened. So I understand, and I guess, like I said, it's just me personally. I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I gotta trust my partner. I gotta trust the woman that I'm with. That, you know what I'm saying? Even if,
but I think that's friend, looking at like
even if she has
what Danny's talking about is looking at like the, you know what I'm saying? Like Danny, what Danny's describing from Tiana, to me, that's looking at it like the furthest negative part. You know, like the worst case scenario. Because that's what it looks like to me.
The one of the opposite sex, but you can have friends of the same sex that are in love with you secretly too. Or just because they're single, they're going to do what they can to keep you single because misery loves company. So it doesn't matter.
I think
it doesn't matter.
To me, my perspective is the way it is because I've been with Tiana my entire adult life. Me and Tiana got married when I was 20. She was, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been married a long time. Like, I don't got no friend. I don't have any friends that Tiana isn't friends with. You know what I'm saying? Like, male or female. So if a woman comes into our life, she's gonna be Tiana's friend more than
I got
mine.
you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's They're gonna have more in common. They're gonna be talking.
I got
They're
you.
gonna be Tiana's friend more than mine. And if a dude comes into our life, he's gonna be, most likely we're gonna be, friends more than you know what I'm saying. But we, if I need to call Toya or Tisha or Nia for something, I can absolutely call them for anything. But I'm not going out to eat. I'm not going out to eat with them without my wife. And that's just not gonna happen. Like when Tiana had a birthday, and Toya bakes cakes, I'm gonna say, yo, hey Toya, I need a cake for Tiana. Don't tell her, whatever. Cool. That kind of thing is cool. But it ain't like it's different because we've been married forever, man. It's just
yeah, but you don't have no friends pre-Tiana?
No, not no friends that I wasn't trying to sleep with. Not a single one.
Really? Growing up, every girl you met and was hanging out,
You
with,
was
you was trying to get with.
I didn't have. First of all, girls didn't like female friends in middle school or high school because I was a nerd. I didn't have no female friends. I didn't have friends. Period. I had two.
Man, that ain't no excuse, man. I'm a nerd too.
I had two friends.
I was a nerd too.
I had two friends in school, Aaron Burns and Nick Holloman. That was it. And my teachers. I had all my friends with my teachers. Mr. Fry was my best friend in high school.
He had lunch with Miss Esther.
I really did. I really did.
But I get it, Danny. I get it. Like you don't really.
The dynamic is
once
different.
You get married, once you get married, you don't really meet new.
Oh yeah, I'm not getting new friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's very rare where I have
a
new friend or whatever.
Right.
And if I do establish a new friendship with someone, my wife is definitely there. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they ain't no new friendships running around here. Like
I didn't see what
like there are people that I meet
right
at like Comic-Cons and stuff.
I didn't see what Moore said. He said he blamed Chappelle and not Diddy for his career.
I blame your lack of talent. I rap a tongue ting. I rip and I rhyme. I rhyme and I rip. That's the way that Dylan spits.
All right, man.
He was so bad. All right, let's get to the list, man. Come on.
All right. I ain't got no list. I just wanted to come on and just talk about the stuff that we just talk about. So I'm just sit here.
You better come up with what.
All right, look, I'm gonna go first. Let me go
steal
first.
the win this week.
Nah, you just wait.
I won't wait. Steal the win this week, then. We coming in here still.
Let me do the joint, and then y'all can put me back on the bench.
All right, go ahead. Off the dome, off the top of your head.
I'm gonna say off the dome. Number 5 or my number 1 is I Will Always Love You.
Okay.
Number 2.
That's why we told you to wait, man.
Number 2, Respect. Aretha Franklin.
Just write it down.
No,
that's what I was trying to give you time.
Don't need no time, man. Come on.
Yeah, you're supposed to be going 5-1 though. You're supposed to be going 5-1.
Sorry, let him go. He had 3 now.
Yeah,
he had
3 is
now.
Killing Me Softly. I had to remember 1 because I was like, all right, that's probably the best one ever. Didn't Tina Turner do one?
Yeah, I can't remember.
All right, so whatever one that was. Proud Mary.
Yep.
Proud Mary. And I don't know. That's it. I only got 4.
Well, by the time we done, you better come up with a 5th one.
Oh,
let me go next.
You come up with a 5th one.
All right, just take my top 2, and I'm gonna take one from each one of y'all. How about that?
I was gonna say, do the Morgan method. The Morgan method is to wait until we all done and then make your list based off of it.
I told you I was like, I'm gonna just sit out. No, you got to get on.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'll go. All right.
Don't be saying none of mine.
Number 5. This one, to me, we never hear the original version of this song. We never hear it. Hurt, Johnny Cash, originally by 9 Inch Nails. Y'all know what song I'm talking about?
I never heard that song. Nope.
I hurt myself today.
I never heard
to see what I can feel. They played it like every movie that comes on the movie. Logan, they played it for Logan too.
You got that. That ain't
got nothing.
All right. Number 4, I didn't realize this was a remake of an Isley Brothers song. I didn't even realize it.
Mhm.
Twist and Shout by the Beatles.
Mhm.
Oh,
I did not know that the version that we always hear is the Beatles, but the Isley Brothers got a version too. It's different.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Isley
Number
Brothers
3,
has the original.
I heard that was
the original. Yep, the 9 Inch Nails. No. Johnny Cash did the cover of 9 Inch Nails.
Ooh.
Somebody do a cover to the Isley Brothers joint?
Oh, I mean, they joint all them joints been covered.
Yeah, so
Number 3, I heard it through the grapevine.
Ooh.
Don't nobody play the Smokey Robinson version. Everybody play the Marvin Gaye version.
Oh, you mean
Talking about the California Raisins?
version? Which version is the cover? I mean, which version are you?
Which version? Who?
Smokey Robinson has the original.
Yeah, but who's the?
But we always Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the best. Yeah.
And then number 2, I know it's controversial. I Will Always Love You. Whitney Houston, obviously Dolly Parton.
I got it.
And number 1, listen, this song, she did this song so well. I didn't know it was a cover. I didn't know Respect was a cover. I had no idea.
Hey,
don't nobody ever play the Otis Redding version.
I got
one.
Let me go next.
Ever play the Otis Redding version.
Let me go next.
So that's my 5.
All right.
Let me go next.
Y'all really like Fuji's version of Killing Me Softly better than the original?
Yeah.
I don't.
I like it better than
Who? Yes.
I like it better.
I don't like the.
I like it better than both of the originals. But anyway, all right. So my number 5 is "Without You" by Mariah Carey. That was a cover. If you didn't know.
Without You.
Yeah. That's a cover. Number 4, Maxwell, A Woman's Work. Cover. I got Respect at number 3, Aretha Franklin. I got I Will Always Love You at number 2, and I got Killing Me Softly at number 1.
Oh no.
Hold on. Wait.
Oh no. Y'all overrating.
I listen to Killing Me Softly more than any of these songs. So I mean, like I rate it as that's the one that I actually listen to that I know is a cover, and I know, I will never listen to the original versions. The original, because even
What's Love Got to Do with It was a cover.
version was a cover.
What's his name? Luther. He always did covers. He always did a whole bunch of Dionne Warwick joints. House Is Not a Home.
Which one? That's a good one.
So put that on my list.
That's your number 5?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Now you only get one.
That's my number 5.
You can't be rewriting your 5.
That's my number 5.
That's why we told you to wait.
Honorable mention is Only for One Night. That was a cover too.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Morgan.
All right.
You do know 5. You do know Killing Me Softly is not Roberta Flack's song. It's a Lori Lieberman song, right?
I didn't know that.
So even, Roberta Flack covering somebody else's song,
Yeah, so my number 5, I'm doing one of my favorite covers, if not my favorite cover of all time, because of how I felt when I heard it and how many times I listened to it over and over again. Pentatonics, Love Lockdown. If you haven't heard it, go look it up immediately.
I love that,
play it,
man.
And you will be at. Huh?
Like Kanye Love Lockdown? I'm not.
Yeah, they redid Kanye's Love Lockdown, but again, Pentatonics is the most talented group I've ever seen, only because they do everything a cappella and do things to those songs that literally make you not even want to hear the other song no more.
I gotta hear the rest of this list.
Yeah, their Love Lockdown is solid. I mean, Love
Lockdown,
fine, but like
Love Lockdown, their performance of Love Lockdown on Sing Off literally had me stand up in the house like,
I need to hear the rest of this. I need to hear the rest of this list. There's a lot of songs. There's a lot of songs.
That's number 5. Number 4, Aretha Franklin, Respect. Number 3, Tina Turner, Proud Mary. You know what? I realized today though. I love that song. Have always heard it, always known it, and had no idea that the name was Proud Mary. I always thought of it as Roland. Like I don't know. I had no idea that the name of the song was Proud Mary.
I wanted to say
all I
on the river,
knew was
but I knew it
rolling.
wasn't that. That's why I was like the Tina Turner joint.
That's all I knew. That's all I knew. Number two, Fugees, killing me softly. And number one, obviously, Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. I think the only reason I put Whitney over the Fugees is because I legitimately, Dolly Parton's a whole beast, but I legitimately don't care to ever hear her version ever in life, ever. As a matter of fact, it would be pointless to play it, in my opinion. And I think Dolly would tell you that herself. You know what I'm saying? So, because once Whitney, that is literally her most signature song of her entire career, and she has one of the most legendary careers in any genre of anything ever. And that is her iconic. That is her most iconic song. So
Dolly Parton probably made so much money off of that cover. She
easily.
She is not.
That's not even the only song that she's had covered.
I was gonna say Dolly done had Dolly. Everybody, like, there's some artists who stuff is just constantly covered over and over again. She is one of those. There's a reason why she probably ain't worked a day in her life. She don't even. Did she even do concerts? I don't even know. Dolly just be sitting down.
Dolly did do. She was at some award show. I think she did the CMAs last year and performed or something. I will be interested. That's another thing that we got to talk about on another day. But I will be very interested once Beyonce drops this country album. I will be very interested to see if they invite her to the CMAs, bro. I will be very.
Yeah, they would.
I will be very interested.
Why
to see
wouldn't they? That's
because
ratings for that.
The radio stations wouldn't even play the joint initially.
That's ratings, though. Nah, man, ratings matter.
We're gonna see.
Ratings matter.
We will see.
I mean, I know there's some foolishness going on with her and all that, but you know, CMA.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all text me those lists because for whatever reason my internet is wild. So in our group chat, make sure y'all text me the list so I can go ahead and number it from 5 to 1 so that I don't have to like rewrite it when I put it on that. God, you racist, man.
Why has it got to be 5 to 1? Can't it just be 1 to 5?
1 to 5.
No,
one is at the top. One is at the top. 5 is at the bottom. If all
right, fine. I don't give a
difficult.
Fine. Okay. I don't care.
You making more work.
Why do you care? Why is it important?
I don't care, bro. I'm just gonna post it, and
you do care. That's why you asked us to do it.
Yeah, the only reason I care is because we always count the list down from 5 to 1. So why would we not put it in the poll as 5 to 1?
Well, in the poll, people just gonna want to know what the number ones are anyway.
I'm
just saying, man. Morgan.
You know what, Sean? Hey, you know what? When me and Danny get a deal somewhere and we making oodles of money, I'm gonna start doing the show sitting on top of the
you see how he left us out
router of all time.
Just you see how he left us out.
I'm literally gonna do the show sitting on top of the router.
We still gonna be poll. But they gonna.
I didn't say y'all were gonna be poor. I'm only speaking for me. I can only speak for me and Danny.
This dude said when me and Danny get some money.
Me and Danny get some money.
He said we gonna.
We're not.
I didn't say y'all were gonna be poor. That ain't what I said. Anyway,
you can't even wish. You can't even wish blessings on me. Bro. What is that?
What are you talking about?
You could have been like, man, when we get money, I'm gonna be. You specifically.
But I didn't exclude you. I did not
include us either. So included. What that mean?
If you don't say somebody's name, you don't know what excluded.
Yes, but I did not go out of my way to be like, you know what? When me and Danny get rich, because these niggas are gonna be poor. That's what I could have said.
You ain't gotta say all that. You just made. You literally just said when me and Danny get money.
There's a reason though. Me and Danny are in bit.
I get what you're saying.
I love you guys.
Wait a minute,
I love you guys.
Him and Javon ain't in business?
They didn't invite me.
No.
It's all right though.
This ain't a business?
Yeah, at some point. right now, it's a hobby.
Real talk.
Right now, it's a hobby. You know what I'm saying? That
they threw me a bone to be on this show. They got a business together, and they when they were building their business, they looked around the room and said, "We good." Right. You know, Wally was like, "What about Javon?" And they was like, "Next order of business."
Well, it's been nice, guys, and if you guys haven't backed our Kickstarter at Request, please do. Go to our website. Here, any of our links. It is we got the hardcover right here. Please help us to fulfill this goal.
What number y'all at now? What y'all at now?
I think we have 55 backers. A little bit over $4,000.
Okay.
So
what number y'all need? 10, right?
Yes.
And how many days y'all got left?
Going 18, 19.
All right. I'm gonna talk you up while I'm at AwesomeCon.
There we go.
We appreciate
Hey,
it.
Javon, you putting in work, man. Applause to you because you out here conning it up, man. You call you the con man.
He definitely conned it up.
Hey, listen, man. You know when you're not invited to be a part of lucrative. Right.
You ain't invited to the circles. You gotta.
When I'm not invited to the circle, I gotta make my own circle. So you know, it's all.
Nah, you ain't invited to the circle. You create your own lane, bro. Create your own lane.
I literally asked you first to be on this show. What are you talking about?
I just said you threw this a bone. You threw me a bone. You was like, "Hey, man, come on."
I didn't throw you a bone. I specifically.
You come do the thing that we ain't making no money on yet.
I'm getting off the show, bro.
All right, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta.
Justin, as a permanent member, we can make some money. Y'all quit playing around.
Nah, Jess's idea. Are we gonna talk about it live or what? I mean,
it's whatever.
Oh, what was your idea?
I don't even remember. I just be.
Oh my god.
Man,
if we don't run with it, continue to talk about it. I don't remember no more.
We gotta talk about it later. I gotta go.
Niggas don't want to make money.
We'll talk about it. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching as always.
I'm at table G36, AwesomeCon. Come see me. Come get some good stuff. We got a scavenger hunt.
What city?
DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love y'all as always. Y'all definitely make sure y'all go check Javon out. Make sure y'all hit the link in the bio. And I will have the poll up in the next 5-10 minutes. So love y'all. See y'all next week. What are we doing next week? Top 5. We did covers. What was the topic for next week?
Danny, you picked the topic.
I did. It was top 5 most documentaries. We're doing documentaries next week.
Ooh, Jesus, y'all been the last 2 weeks, man. Y'all been making me do research.
Top 5 documentaries. All right, so top 5 documentaries next week.
Then
I can tell y'all my number 1 right now.
I can tell you at least my number 2.
I know.
I can tell you my number 1 right now.
I know what's.
Y'all want me to? I'll tell you now.
No, we'll save it for next week.
All right, we'll save it. All right, y'all.
Go ahead and say it.
All right.
Nah, we'll save it. We'll give the milk away.
It was an 8-part documentary that came out a couple years ago. It's an 8-part documentary that came out a couple years ago.
Listen,
mine is 5 part.
My joint is who the F did I marry? Risa Tisa.
I've heard about that. I haven't started watching.
I haven't watched it either.
I ain't got the time, man. I ain't got the time.
No, that's 8 hours worth of content.
I can't, man. I ain't got time to sit here and listen to her tell this story, man.
Yo,
I'm waiting for the movie.
Shout out to everybody that watched that. 8 hours worth.
I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Continue to share the word. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace out.